Good evening and welcome to Match of the Day with two matches, I'm glad to say, from the Cannon League Division 1. Good all-round last-minute teamwork as well as modern pitch technology enabled Queen's Park Rangers to play their London derby against league leaders Tottenham Hotspur, fill Loftus Road and break box office records.
James with the corner. McDonald. Bannister! Right on the line.
But at Carrow Road, the Norwich-Southampton game was on as a result of teamwork requiring a touch more muscle power. Supporters cleared 1,075 cubic metres of snow, helping the father and son groundsman team, Russell and Russ Allison. And the job's been in the family for 3 generations, almost as long as Mike Shannon has been gracing football pitches up and down the country.
Shannon. Dean underneath it, and Mills put it over the top.
Tonight's headlines: Manchester United and England captain Brian Robson dislocates his shoulder and could be out for 6 weeks. United's misery is completed as they lose at home to lowly Coventry. Kevin Sheedy scores twice as Everton continue their surge for the Championship and don't rule out Sheffield Wednesday. They've now gone 11 games without defeat.
Well, the cancellation of so many games in London and the South ensured that Queen's Park Rangers ground became a kind of mecca for enthusiasts looking for a good game of football. Well, that's what they saw, along with plenty of healthy partisan spirit from both sets of locals. Your commentator is John Watson.
Every game Spurs play feels like a cut tie, especially in such a boisterous and crowded setting as this. Loftus Road looking packed with most of the other games in London off. The Spurs fans know that the Cannon League facts say that the First Division leaders have won 5 and drawn 1 of their last 6 away games, and that's Championship form. So is that of Garth Crooks, who has scored in all Spurs' last 6 matches. One today would equal his old sparring partner Steve Archibald's run of 7 successive scoring games last season. Archibald now thriving at Barcelona under the former Rangers boss Terry Venables, and without him, they've had a tricky time. Frank Sibley makes 1 change from the team beaten at Doncaster in the FA Cup. He drops recent signing Michael Robinson to substitute and recalls Robbie James in midfield in a 4-4-2 formation. And incidentally, Robinson, James and number 10 John Byrne are all ineligible for Tuesday's Milk Cup tie at Ipswich. Well, Spurs have an FA Cup replay scheduled for Monday, and they field the side which drew with Charlton last week. At last, Ozzy Ardiles makes the team sheet. He hasn't played a league match for 10 months, but he's substitute today. Referee this afternoon is Alan Seville from Birmingham. The two clubs met in the grandeur of Wembley in the 1982 FA Cup final, Spurs winning in a replay. And in the tight, compact atmosphere of Loftus Road, this too promises to be an occasion to savour. Robbie James for Queen's Park Rangers in the hoops and offside against John Byrne. Spurs wearing their chain strip of pale blue. And the referee spotting the first collision between Waddock and Roberts, 2 of the hard men of the game. Gary Waddock just left his foot there when the ball had gone, and Tottenham have a free kick. Turned on by Falco, it's Crooks. Good save by Hooker, Crooks again. It's there, is it? Yes! 1-0 to Tottenham, and Crooks has scored for the 7th consecutive game. It took him just 4 minutes, and to be all fair to Hooker, he was a bit unlucky. It was a good touch by Falco to Crooks, but the goalkeeper blocked the first shot well. But Crooks is in such vibrant form, he followed it almost to the line and squeezed the shot in. 1-0 to Spurs, the First Division leaders. And there's no holding Crooks just recently. Hoddle now. Now it's Galvin. He followed up his own attempt there, Garth Brooks, and scored from what must have been a very difficult angle. It's going to be Galvin with the corner for Tottenham. And Roberts climbing. Byrne. Number 10. And Crooks equals Archibald's sequence of last season. Fenwick to Waddock. Fillery. That's a good ball by Gregory. Dawes trying to latch onto it here. And Roberts had to concede the corner. McDonald has gone forward. Bannister's on the goal line. Byrne is on the other post. Cleared by Glenn Hoddle and volleyed over by Fillery. Spurs had cover there, and Fillery in the end had the shot after Hoddle had cleared from near the line. Gregory. James looks for Byrne. It's a good pass. Oh, and Miller not sure. Bannister, 1-1. And a nightmare moment for Paul Miller. It was well worked initially. Robbie James out to John Byrne. That was good play. But when the cross came in, Miller knows he should have cleared. It went on to Bannister, and that's his 19th goal of the season, and it puts Rangers level at 1-1. Minutes gone. Well, for a scorer of Bannister's pedigree, that was a comparatively simple chance. He puts those away well, and that was an open invitation. McDonald. So, this London derby comes to life in the opening 20 minutes, one each. Ossie Ardiles is doing his stretches. This is Dawes for Rangers meantime, and now Bannister. And James offside. Gregory puts the ball in the net, but it won't matter. Just to the left there, Mike Varney, Peter Shreves having a conversation because it appears Ardiles is about to come on. It was Falco who was fouled. Peter Shreves waiting to send on Ossie Ardiles for his first league appearance since last March. The 32-year-old Argentine World Cup star makes his return to the First Division stage. Free kick taken, Mabbott's in there, Roberts. Ardiles gets his first touch. And they've waited an awful long time, the Tottenham fans, to see him come back. Fillory. This is Perryman. Ardiles playing it in. Well played by Fillory to Dawes. That was a really good ball. Bannister's waiting in the centre. Can he find him? No. And Rangers, in all honesty there, had a marvellous opportunity to go 2-1 up before half-time. It was a good break by Ian Dawes. He was well found, but the ball in, which should have gone to Bannister, only went to Clements. A chance missed. Right on the half-time whistle, when honours instead are even. Spurs got off to a flying start with that goal by Garth Crooks, but Rangers came back quickly. That was the important thing, through Bannister, and enough mistakes being made to make the rest of the first half very lively indeed. Well, it took the Tottenham manager, Peter Shreves, just over half an hour to decide that playing the two wingers wasn't such a good idea on this surface. He did think about dropping one at the start, but for tactical reasons he took off Chidozie and replaced him with Ardiles. And here is Ardiles trying to find Falco. He did find Mabbutt. Missed kick was by McDonald. Here's Robbie James. So a free kick to Rangers. Gregory making a series of runs back and forwards. No Tottenham player getting hold of that properly until Galvin did. McDonald battling for possession there, and the referee gives a corner. So McDonald will stay forward on that near post. And he got a header on that as well, and it might have just clipped the bar. The referee's given a corner again. I can only assume he feels Clements turned that over. My own impression was it hit the bar. However, it's a corner again. And McDonald didn't reach that one, and Clements this time collected anyway. So the big Irish lad causing Tottenham a moment of concern there. On by Stevens, this is Crooks. Falco and Galvin in the centre, being joined by Hoddle. Ardiles couldn't beat Gregory. And Fillory spreading it wide to Robbie James. Outside of him is Gary Chivers. And Rangers have got so many players forward here. And that's a goal! Bannister gets the touch. And his second goal of the match. And Clements beaten. And all because Rangers played the ball so well wide to the right. Robbie James out to Gary Chivers. A deep cross, and Bannister climbing well. Makes it 2-1 to Rangers. And scores number 20 this season for him since his arrival from Sheffield Wednesday. Really well taken, but Tottenham shaken now because they haven't, in all honesty, played particularly well either side of half-time. And Queen's Park Rangers get what they deserve. the reward for seizing the initiative. Here's Galvin. Driven in low, Crooks gets a touch, and again. And here's Perryman. Hoddle with a back heel, and Falco's in there. Good challenge by Chivers. So, something of a renaissance here for Queen's Park Rangers, only a week after losing in the FA Cup at Doncaster. They're really putting it together well. This is Mabbott. Crooks. Gregory's header out, Mabbott again. That's a corner to Tottenham. We've got to show what they're made of now. The odds have drifted away from them here. But this is Roberts. It's a decent cross, and Falco is there, and it's 2-2. Falco, just like Bannister, is having a season in front of goal where he can do nothing wrong. That's his 19th of the season. Graham Roberts, an important presence in the Tottenham attack, a measured cross, a good finish by the head of Falco, and the man who scored twice against Rangers in that 5-0 win at White Hart Lane back in September has pulled Spurs round here. So what a London derby we've got now. Level again. Galvin. So the examination of Tottenham's character at a time when the match appeared to be going the other way is one that they have withstood. And now Byrne. Oh, Fillery coming in there, and Clements depriving him. At full stretch too. Fillery again. That was well played by Crooks, and then by Hoddle to Galvin. He's got Falco up with him, going to his left now. Couldn't find him the first time, still Galvin. Brave keeping by Hooker. Spurs suddenly finding themselves with an extra man in attack. John Chidozie, in fact, a spectator now, standing there next to the barrier. And now Bannister. Waddock. And Bannister again! Oh, so close to his hat-trick. What a save by Ray Clements from Gary Bannister. The goalkeeper denied him there with a marvellous tip round when Bannister looked to have done everything right. James with the corner. McDonald. Bannister right on the line. Again Clements. Down to foil Bannister. Crooks. And now Spurs come again. Crowded penalty area, the ball being played back to Ardiles. And only off Gregory. Bannister. And well won by Steve Perryman. Could be important. Very important. Crooks is onto Hoddle's pass, and Galvin Hook is out of goal. And Galvin seemed to get caught between a shot and a pass to Crooks. In fact, it was neither. And the goalkeeper may be relieved because, through no fault of his own, he was stranded. because originally Perryman won it and Hoddle saw the chance to get Crooks through. Out came Hucker, the chance fell to Galvin, but no joy for Spurs. Forward by Mabbott. And here's Dawes. It's too long. Here's Falco. Appeals for handball. Referee with his hands behind his back. Crooks complains. Nothing given. Well, you need to be a referee to keep up with this. Roberts. Now is Hoddle onside. Yes! Oh! What a breathtaking goal it would have been. Roberts again back in defence, starting things off, but Hoddle brought it down beautifully, and his volley just flirting with the far post. That came with 5 minutes to go. Well played by Tony Galvin. Spurs seem determined to win it. Perryman. Ardiles. Rangers having to get the tackles in here. Perryman again. Hoddle. Locked it in for Crooks. Good save by Hucker. And it's gone wide. And Crooks didn't, in all honesty, get quite the touch and the power on the ball that it needed. Hoddle got the cross in. It was an invitation for Crooks to win the game. Let's give Hucker some credit. But Crooks, in this sort of form, should have seen that go in. James. Mistake by Roberts. Byrne didn't get any power and really didn't test Clements at all. Mistake by Graham Roberts, letting in Bannister. The ball intelligently played to Byrne, but a lightweight finish there. Crooks, and here comes Perryman. Danger here for Rangers. Hoddle's there. Wouldn't fall for him. Gary Waddock battling, as he always does, to keep the ship stable. Gary Mabbott wins it back for Tottenham. They've got 4 the other way, and he's got 2 to beat. As we go into time being added on for stoppages. Is there one last chance for Spurs to win it? There isn't, because this London derby was a genuine match of the day. The biggest compliment you can pay to the occasion is that 27,404 were here, the ground full, in other words. Rangers' biggest crowd of the season, record receipts as well, I would imagine, for the West London club, and they got their money's worth without a doubt. Spurs in front early on, Rangers hauling themselves back and then into the lead with 2 goals by Bannister. Falco's reply, and after that, it could have gone either way. Spurs looked the stronger, but a match which will leave everybody to get their breath back finishes with a score of Queen's Park Rangers 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2.
Well, I can tell you, John Motson's just about got his breath back. And I enjoyed that game because it was so changeable. First one team, then the other dominated the play. And the keepers weren't just paid to gather back passes. A fine sporting match, well refereed, and meriting that £120,000 record gate.
(118) 24/7. Oh, hi, hello, yes. Could you give me the number for a dog training school in Guildford? Set! No, not you.
Or is a miserable word. Or makes you choose. Or is a bore. And is different. And says, why choose? Have both. Have more if you like. So pick a credit card that gives you 0% on balance transfers until November 2007 and rewards. Platinum rewards from MBNA. Call 0800 10 55 10 or apply online.
Put the theme in a sounding board, for she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eye of a fools. How they ask her to focus on sailors finding in a dim soul. Oh man, look at those Cavalango. It's a freaky show.
The 3 Music Store. Open now on your 3 mobile.
Do you have the code? The Armani Code. Dragons for Men by Giorgio Armani.
This week, The Sun presents free movies for adults only, featuring the raunchy Rita, Sue and Bob 2, The Crying Game and many more. Offer starts Monday. The Sun. We love it.
Get in now! Just got the latest Astro trainers on eBay for peanuts.
I've just got a vintage Sex Pistols t-shirt for next to nothing.
I've just got a Grand Prix 500 race bike, A1 condition, great price.
Yes.
I've just got a mini 8GB USB memory drive. Didn't cost much. What?
Thinking about your retirement? We'd like to see if we can help. Have a chat with your financial advisor or come in and see us at any branch of Lloyd's TSB. Preparation is everything.
Come into Comet and we'll tell you all you need to know about high-definition televisions and show you picture clarity that'll make you think you're actually there. Like this Pioneer 42-inch HD-ready digital plasma TV for £1,999. Comet, we live electricals.
Cravendale is no ordinary milk. It's filtered to make it purer. Cravendale tastes so good, the cows want it back.
I think of a cheating, pathetic, sweaty moron, spotty brat, horrible, mental, smelly,
arrogant,
goofy, spoilt,
drug cheat, descendants of convicts, horrible, bang out of order, horrible, white trash.
Who could they possibly be talking about? Join us and find out. The 50 greatest
a village has lost its idiot.
Sportsmen we love to hate. Tonight at 9 on ESPN Classic.
Well, now to Carrow Road for Norwich City against Southampton. And you'll remember them having a fire in the stand there in October. And as a result, the players and officials changed in temporary dressing rooms and came onto the pitch from an unusual angle. Your commentator, Barry Davis.
The work of the ground staff enabled the referee, Darryl Reeves of Uxbridge, to declare the match on at 12 midday, since which time it's been pouring with rain, a fact which has persuaded the Norwich City manager, Ken Brown, that it's an afternoon for playing wide men, and how pleased he must be to welcome back to the side Mark Barham, playing at home for the first time for over a year, the result of a bad knee injury sustained at Tottenham in December 1983. He also includes Donoghue in his lineup and gives a home debut to 19-year-old Jeremy Goss, who comes from Cyprus. Lauren McManamy, the manager of Southampton, came here with 2 wingers as well, but in the end only plays one, Danny Wallace. And the reason for not including George Lawrence as his substitute is because of a doubt about Dennis's fitness. So another fullback, Baker, gets the substitute's role. Since October, Carrow Road has been really a 3-sided ground, the result of a fire which destroyed the main stand. which now houses only the press in one corner and the managers down in the dugout. And the Southampton old boy raring to go, Mickey Shannon, with Norwich City beaten only once at home, to kick off attacking the goal to our left. The top surface is certainly going to be slippery, not because of ice, as was feared, but because of mud. It's a Southampton throw. Southampton, who won their last 2 away games and really found their home form in the cup against Sunderland last Saturday. Free kick given for the challenge on Dean. Some debate about who's going to take it. In the end, it's Goss. Away by Holmes. Barham taking over. Played against Birmingham in the Cup last week, which is his first game since that injury at Tottenham. Alan Curtis, who's taken over the number 4 shirt, the departure of Steve Williams. Trip by Mills on Barham. Shannon, did he intend that? Mendham. Dean. Bruce. Half a thought about a shot. Mendham. Skipping around the mud and greener parts. Donovan, fine jump. Bruce. He went down. Mills was the player at his back. The referee was looking in and shook his head. Out by Jordan. Good challenge by Wright. Still the pressure on though. Dean underneath it. And Mills put it over the top. It's interesting that Shilton allowed Mills to take control of that. The two were facing each other, and Mills clipped it up over the top of the crossbar. He's got the near post cover. One will remember the match at Coventry, I'm sure. Oh, Shilton didn't get that right. Was his arm not? Well, the whistle has gone. Suddenly his arm seemed to turn, and he was punching it the wrong way. The ball, that is. Mr. Reeves seeing the infringement. Shilton is quite grateful. Good heavens. Other climbing houses in the middle of the field. Here's Byron. Goss. Goss and a posse of 4 and a goal kick. Shannon and Wright together, what a beautiful turn. Oh, he'll invite the challenge there, but he's not going to get anything that looks like a penalty. The corner coming right at the end of the half. Crowd willing the home side to go in with a half-time lead. Goss takes the corner. Dean off the line by Dennis from Bruce. That's a teaser, and is very well cleared. Oh, what a fascinating end to the half, with the clearance off the line by Mark Dennis and the shot by Steve Bruce. But the teams go off at half-time with not a goal between them. The rain still falls. I wonder whether there'll be any change in the pattern in the second half. What has been a very difficult surface on which to play, no doubt about that. There's Donowa from Dean. Haylock coming forward, but Dennis there first. And the corner one. Jordan, for Holmes in the first place. Jordan covering well again. He's making a useful centre-half if he feels his days taking it up front towards an end. Southampton ball. By Armstrong, suddenly closed the space. Goss got to come the other way, and he's done it. Shannon, beautifully played. Mendham was a long way out, Byron rather, but the header off the post and in by John Dean. But the man who made it is in the middle of that group, Mickey Shannon. With a superb piece of play on the edge of the area. When he played the ball out to the right, Mark Barham seemed a long way out, but he got there, crashed the ball across. Dean's first effort came back off the post, ball up in the air, and the header to beat Shilton to make it 1-0. Free kick has been given. Meantime, at the other end, the name of the scorer flashed up on the scoreboard. Mr. Reeves making sure the wall is back, the required 10 yards. Armstrong, Mills, Curtis and Bond all around the ball. It was Bond who took it last time. Dennis, possibly, no. Armstrong. Oh! Off the crossbar. Beautifully struck, and Wood's beaten, I think. I don't think he would have covered it if it had come slightly lower. Offside. Against Wallace in the middle, I think, but Armstrong very unlucky. Hit that very cleanly. They were looking a little bit for a ball further across, I think, to Dennis. But Armstrong's shot coming back off the crossbar, the ball having gone above the hand of Chris Woods. Southampton want to make a substitution. Steve Baker waiting to come on.
We have a substitution for Southampton coming on now.
Holmes the player to go off.
Substituting for Nick Holmes.
Dennis. The back of Dave Watson's head. Very lucky enough to concede an own goal, which decided this fixture at the Dell earlier in the season. And he's got an unfortunate knock then too. Watson looking a little concerned. And Down suggesting a stretcher should be brought. But the left leg is being bound, as you can see, just below the knee. Here with 20 minutes still to play. Mark Barrington comes on. And Dave Watson is carried away to the dressing rooms. I would have thought at this moment fearing the worst. Barham, too short, stolen by Baker. Barham got back at him, and Baker allowed him to do so. Haylock. Barham. I thought he'd be feeling the pace, but he doesn't appear to be. Donowa. I would love to see Donowa get the ball, but he hasn't actually done that much with it. Goss. Dennis. Oh, what's Baker trying to do? Curtis. Bond. Chased by Donowa. And Bruce took it away from his goalkeeper. So Southampton have a corner as we move into the last minute of the contest. Grueling, demanding, hard contest. Armstrong to take. He didn't get there. Chris Woods, but neither did Wallace. Just a question now of what Mr. Reeves has allowed for injuries and stoppages. Haylock. Referee getting plenty of encouragement to blow the final whistle. Baker's cross, Jordan at the back, couldn't get there. Curtis might. Corner. Came off Goss. Bit of a nail-biting finish as far as the home crowd are concerned. 3 points or one. Wright trying to get through the crowd, seemed to be carried for a moment. Another corner. Ball got locked between attackers and defenders. Curtis waiting. Woods did well. Armstrong loses out to Dean. That's another corner. The crowd increasingly fearful of the outcome, but Bruce to the rescue again. And he's to the rescue for the last time, and how fitting that he should have been, because without question he was the man of the match. Steve Bruce, what a buy from Gillingham, 24 years old on the 31st of December, and a real find to be noted in the First Division and maybe in time higher. 3 points for Norwich City, given them with the only goal of the match scored by John Dean, but at some cost with the loss of their captain Dave Watson with suspected ligament trouble. Southampton battling to the finish, and a battle it was on an extremely difficult pitch, but all the points stay at home.
Well, quite a contrast in conditions there from our first game. And those of you who hold strong opinions for or against artificial surfaces will have gathered fresh ammunition for argument. I'm only going to say that the game of football is still the best in the world, and I only wish I was still fit enough to play on either surface. Bob?
First, an update on that injury to Norwich captain Dave Watson. The damaged knee ligaments could keep him out for 6 weeks, and that's also the early estimate for Manchester United and England skipper Brian Robson, who is tonight in hospital with a dislocated shoulder. Robson's injury came early in the second half of the shock home defeat by Coventry, when he crashed over some advertising hoardings and into railings following a diving header. The injuries to both Robson and Watson are bad news for England manager Bobby Robson, who said tonight, if both players are going to be out for some time, it's going to be a very bad blow. Brian is vital to our preparation. Now remember, there's an England get-together next weekend, and the next World Cup qualifier against Northern Ireland is on February the 27th, just over 6 weeks away. It really wasn't Brian Robson's day when an ambulance arrived to take him to hospital. A pregnant woman spectator went into labour, and the ambulance was used to take her to hospital instead. Worse was to follow for United after Robson was carried off. Little Terry Gibson nipped in to give Coventry a 1-0 win at Old Trafford in one of the upsets of the season. No slip-ups, though, for Everton, who cruised to a 4-0 home win over Newcastle, with Kevin Sheedy getting the last 2 goals. Manager Howard Kendall's reaction: it was a joy to watch. You're not often able to sit back, relax and enjoy a game as we were today. We're looking forward to Spurs next Saturday. And here's the reason: Everton back on top after that win, and Spurs slipping to second place. Quite a game in prospect. United stay third despite their defeat, but only on goal difference from Sheffield Wednesday, who extended their unbeaten run to 11 games with a 2-0 win over West Bromwich Albion. At the bottom, Coventry move above Ipswich, otherwise there's no change. Sunderland's game against Liverpool was abandoned as a goalless draw at half-time, while bottom club Stoke picked up a point in another 0-0 affair at Leicester. Only 5 games played in Division 2, among them Blackburn's 1-1 draw at Grimsby, which extends their lead at the top to 2 points. The only other team in the top 5 to play was Manchester City, who won 2-0 at Huddersfield to move up 1 place to 4th. No change in position amongst the top 3 clubs in Division 3, but Bradford City's lead has now increased to 7 points. They beat Wigan 4-2, while Hull only drew 1-1 at Bournemouth. Only goal difference separates Hull from Gillingham, who beat Orient 2-0. In Division 4, Bury stayed 2 points clear at the top despite a 4-1 defeat at Halifax. Simon Lowe got a hat-trick for the home side. Hereford, who drew 1-1 at Peterborough, move into second place on goal difference, Blackpool's game at Exeter having been postponed. Back to the action now, and the shock of the day in Scotland. It came at Ibrox in the Premier Division game between Rangers and Hibs. Your commentator, Archie McPherson.
These balls, high balls from both sides under the penalty area, not really favouring the attacks at all. Rice, well, that's a useful shot, it's gone in. 1-0. Rice the scorer, but whether the ball took an awkward break or not and spun, I don't know. Certainly, Peter McCloy made a meal of it. 8 minutes gone, Hibs in the lead. Here's Prince. Oh, I don't think he meant that, but it got to Dawson by a longish route. Touch there by Cooper, there must be, yes! Here's Ferguson, the equaliser. And Hibs could win the game here. Rice may go for the curled one. Here he comes, and there's another chance, and it's cooked away, and it's there. The substitute, Harris, has scored 2-1 for Hibs, and although that free kick came off the wall, it broke tightly to Hibs, swept across, and in came the substitute, 2-1.
Well, that's it for tonight. Next week at 10:45, we'll be joined in the studio by Brendan Foster, a football enthusiast, I know, but really on duty to present the World Indoor Games taking place in Paris. So it's top-class athletics plus 2 Canon League First Division games, hopefully containing a goal or 2 of quality, as well as some of the highest order kind of saves we saw tonight, particularly the one made by revitalised Ray Clements today to deny Gary Bannister a hat-trick. Good night to you.
And now Bannister. Waddock. And Bannister again. Oh, so close to his hat-trick. What a save by Ray Clements from Gary Bannister. Gregory. James. Looks for Byrne. It's a good pass. Oh, and Miller not sure. Bannister. 1-1. And Fillery spreading it wide to Robbie James. Outside of him is Gary Chivers. And Rangers have got so many players forward here. And Fenwick was coming in, and that's a goal! Bannister gets the touch.